of all things on CarolJo's.com. Today I am live on YouTube and TikTok. I'm going to pause for a moment and let social media get notifications out to everybody that I'm live so that everybody can join in. While we're waiting, I'm going to bring up my backup account on TikTok so that I can see comments. Went to the wrong account there. Good morning, Teresa. There we go. Hi, Rose. All right, I've got my backup account for TikTok. I do not have a backup account for YouTube, so I'm sorry I can't see comments when we're going to go down what I'm doing today. So just to let y'all know, I go live 7 times in a 6-day period on TikTok, 4 times in that same period for YouTube. YouTube and TikTok, I go live twice a week for chats, twice a week for tutorials. TikTok, I do twice a week with bead sales and once a week with jewelry sales. Today is going to be a tutorial day. Let me know if I am freezing on you guys because my backup account keeps freezing up. So if I'm freezing, please let me know. But I only made one of these earrings today. We are going to make a chandelier earring. We are going to make the matching one to this yet today on the live. So it does take a little bit more time to make these, so that's why I was only able to get the one done. I'm going to bring it up close so that you guys can see it. There on TikTok, here on YouTube. So it is a big statement earring, like that. I did not come up with this idea. There is someone out on the internet named Rachel, and that's all she has out there is Rachel, that created this. I am using different beads and different things. She used 100% glass beads on hers, and then she did teardrops in the bottom. So I made it my own by putting on here glass pearls instead of all glass beads. And the shapes I picked are different. You can make this your own. What I want to teach you is about how we can use chain to make the chandelier earring. In the past, every chandelier earring I've ever seen uses a chandelier component. And I thought I had some, but I do not. And so then I'm like, okay, what can I do next? And I did Google chandelier earrings for just an inspiration of something different. And she used chain to do it. And there was a few ideas out there, but this one was the one that I thought struck me the most as one of the coolest ones that she came up with her patterns. And so literally the chain that I'm using here is a 2mm size chain, very small chain. The chain size in between all of these links is half the size of the chain that's up here. So I ended up using 6 links here and 12 links up here. And when you look at it, each earring will have 5 links for the bottom part and 2 links for the top. So then you multiply that by stuff. Yep, we make the stuff here, Vanessa, and we are just going to learn how to make these today is what we're going to do. It's a tutorial day today. So you do half the length for these, 5, multiply that by 2 because you have 2 earrings, so you would cut off 10 links. This would be 4 of this size link. Like, once again, it is 6 links of the chain. I buy my chain in bulk, so I have a big spool of it. And I just did 6 off, and then I know you guys know I always buy chain that every single link you can open. I ended up going down 7, opening it and throwing away the 7th one when it's this small. So here I'm going to show you how small it is. And the reason being is that when it's this small, it is very difficult to get it back together. I'm all about trying to not waste supplies, but when it's this small, I just go and, well, thank you, JP, for your honest opinion. I think they're really cool. So sorry you think they're ugly. Oh, okay. Thank you, JP. Thank you, Macy, for the comment if they're cute. So literally, you can pick whatever style of chain you want, what other color you want, that type of thing. So that's where you get to choose what you want, but just make the bottom half the size of the top so that you keep your sizing in place. The beads up here on this bar are 4mm size beads. I do necklaces too. I'm not doing a necklace today. I have out on my website all kinds of necklaces, bracelets, and earrings. Just to let you know, Macy. So 4mm here. Then at the top of each one of these strands is a 6mm size bead, along with I have a 6mm size rondelle for the glass. So there you go. So we have 6. So each earring needs 6mm size beads for the top, and then this one here, and 3 for this one. So that would be a total of 12 and 6. And then at the bottom of each one of those is 5 of the 6mm glass beads. I just mixed them up and did different ones to create a really cool earring, I thought. So you can do any shape. Like I said, in her example, these bottom ones were teardrop glass beads that were faceted. So you get to make it your own. The other things that you're going to need is a 3mm size jump ring and your earring wire. I am going to show you how to make them today, Macy. I will have these up for sale probably on Friday on my live that I do for jewelry sales. And my lives for jewelry sales are done on Facebook group and on TikTok. Both of those are CarolJo's LLC if you want to find them there. You also can go to my website, and down at the bottom, I have linked all my social medias. And you can subscribe and follow me on all my different social medias. And I do different things on each one, just to let you know. Hello, everybody over on TikTok. Sorry, I wasn't commenting. So what we're going to do is I am going to point you down to my bead mat so I can show you how to make the earrings, all right? I am not going to cut off the chain because I already did that. These earrings are not fast ones. So I don't know that I would get 2 of them done in an hour. So that's why I cut some of the stuff and prepped a little bit ahead of time. So what I have here is I have 6 pieces, not 6, I'm sorry, 5. 5 pieces of 6 links of my jewelry chain. And then here I have 2 of my 12 links. And like I said, on the chain, what you do is each one of these links, it has its own opening and closing. So you find the opening. So I'd count down 6. I'd go 2, 4, 6. I'd go to number 7. And I would open that one when I found, here's where it's at. I use 2 chain nose pliers to do it. You just open by going one away from me and one towards me. And you open up that piece like that. And then take it off. And then I have my linked chain that I have. That's how you do the chain. Okay. Hope you guys are okay that I'm not going to show you how to do all of these and spend the time showing you how I did all those. Now, for making your dangles, I have 50mm eye pins, if I can get my little baggie open. I will need 2 of the 50mm eye pin. So let me grab 2 of those. For each earring, you need just 1. Sorry, so I only need 1 right now, but you would need 2 if you're making both earrings. Since I made 1 of them already, I only need 1 of those. You will also need 4 for one earring of the 30 millimeter eye pin. So let me get one more. A total of 8 for both earrings. And then you're going to need 5 of these. These are 50 millimeter head pins. I'm going to need 5 of those. 2, 3, 4, 5. So those are the head pins and the eye pins that you're going to need. You're also going to need about a 3 to 4 inch piece of wire. My wire today is Beadsmith's 22 gauge wire. Hi, Joya. So that is what we need. Now, to start this off, I am going to make all of, oh, cool. Thank you, Macy. So I'm going to take and I'm going to put each one of my beads on their eye pins in the way that I need them. And I'll explain them here in just a second. Here, and then this one goes here. Need this one. I drop in beads. All right, so when we look at this example, we have one 6 millimeter bead of the glass pearl. We have that same glass pearl here, and then the rondelle. Glass pearl, rondelle, glass pearl, glass pearl, rondelle, glass pearl. So I put my 6 millimeter glass pearl on one eye pin, my 6 millimeter glass pearl and my rondelle on a second one. The longer 50 millimeter, I did glass pearl, rondelle, glass pearl. Here is glass pearl, rondelle, and then I have my glass pearl. It's easiest for me to lay them out that way. All right, Macy, I will record this for you. It's always recorded over on YouTube, and if you want to watch it later, you just go ahead and subscribe to me, and it will be up after I save it. Yes, I make all of my stuff, and I sell it. Vanessa, just to let you know, I do tutorials to teach how to make it. I do bead sales, and I do sell my jewelry. Oh, good. I'm glad, Grammy, that you're liking that. Oh, there you go, Trish. I love that you can do that. Now, I'm also going to take, geez, that one's a little one. Don't know why I had a little head pin in there. I'm going to take my head pins and I'm going to put my 5 beads that are at the bottom of the chain on my head pins. Yep, that's why I'm so glad that I figured out that YouTube allows you to save your lives and that we can do them out there. All right, I have everything on my head pins and my eye pins. Today I am using my looper tool. This will work easier with the looper tool. And it is the 1.5 millimeter looper tool is that I'm using. This tool has a little knob here. So we're going to put the wire through there and it comes out this hole on this side. So you put your wire down through there and comes out on this side. So here is what it'll look like. So you see how my bead is just sitting right at the edge there? And then you just pull your handle together and then you get a little piece that's just cut off of there and I throw that away. And it is okay that they are not completely closed yet because we will close them up when we put them on the chain. Oh, that's okay. We're going to do this for all of our head pins and the eye pins. So we're just going to keep doing this. Where did my piece of wire go? I do not know. And that's what drives me nuts is that I don't want anybody, oh, there it is. I don't want anybody to step on them is why I'm so anal about finding my pieces. So we're just going to go through each and every one of them. and get that loop going. It doesn't have to be the pretty loop yet. When we put it on the chain, that is when we'll make sure our loops are perfect. So we did all 5 of our dangles that are at the top part. Now we're going to do the dangles at the bottom part. These are just head pins. All right. There we go. Oh, what was the question, Vanessa? I'm going to grab one of my 6 links chain. I'm going to open up our little loop there. You see how it's open a little bit on this side? Hi, Alyssa. There we go. There we go. And then you put the chain on, and that's the top part. I use a round nose to close it up to make sure my hole or my circle is there. This is the top of that. Now I'm going to grab one of the bottom dangle and add it to the bottom. Oh, thank you, Alyssa. I appreciate that. I'm going to grab my round nose to close this up. And you just got to make sure that your piece of wire here connects. Do you see where it's still open there? I don't want to leave it like that because that means that it could fall off the chain. So I am going to just fiddle with it with my flat nose plier and just wiggle this down until it's touching that wire. You see how now it's closed up? That is what you want to make sure you have when you're working with these. And I lay these down so that the top side is on the top and then this is on the bottom for me. Because when you go to get them onto your piece of wire, it just whoop down. Grab another piece of the 6-inch chain. This is a little bit harder, this one. And it was because when I went to make the other one, I struggle bust. So that's why I'm telling you to watch this. You're going to want to not open the side with your, whatchamacallit here, your glass pearl on the top, because that's what's going to go on the chain. You're going to want to open up the end. No, I'm not ignoring you, Vanessa. I was asking you, what is your question? I'm not trying to ignore you. You want to open up this glass rondelle end, all right? So go ahead and open that one up by going towards you. Open that up. And then put it on there. And then wiggle that down to close it. So there. See how that's closed up? Whoop, there we go. And this is our top, and this is the bottom. So at the bottom of the chain, I'm going to open this up. I'm going to see if I can see your comment or your question. Yes, Vanessa, I do make everything and I do sell it. I do sell stuff on my website and on social media. I'm going to open up that bottom bead here, and then I'm going to close it up and put it on. I put my chain on and close it up so that it is. I'm going to use this here to hold it so you guys can see. There's our second dangle. Oop, there we go. Thank you, Kim. Thank you for answering. I appreciate that. Now, remember I said it doesn't need to be pretty on my loop? See how this loop is not pretty? But that's okay because I can put this on there. You got to just get that. I got to get in the right spot. There we go. We put our chain on there. You see it's still open? This one I am really going to use the round nose pliers and keep rounding that off. And get that wire to go towards like that. So even though it didn't look pretty, we can still use it. Okay. I'm so not used to that. TikTok names are what I'm so used to, Kim. So there it is. We are doing, Linda, we are making the chandelier earrings here. We're making the other one to this one. Okay. So now I'm going to take my bottom bead and put it on the bottom of that chain. I'm going to open up. And I'm going to show you guys how I open these. So you see how I have my plier there? I go either towards me or away from me. I'm going to show you where it was at before so you guys can see over here. See how it's closed? I just come in here on the top and open it. So there you see. And then I just string on my chain and then close it up. And there it is. All closed up. Lay that one down. Okay. Oops, I'm not opening the chain. I'm opening this. Once again, it's not a pretty. Let me see if that'll get to focus. That's not a pretty circle. But it's okay because we want it open to put our chain on. And then now is when we finish it up. So this is that side that we want to have the gray on the top and the glass on the bottom. All right, Alyssa, you have a great day too. Gonna get my chain nose out to open that up. We're going to put this one on. And I don't think I went over all the tools that I'm going to use today to make these. You've seen I've used 2 of the chain nose pliers. Here we go with that one. I have my round nose pliers. I use a cutter, my looper, and my bail maker today. Yes, I was going to say user 12143 Guadalupe. I send out an email to you. Check your emails for your invoice. Always check it. It's on Sundays. You will get an email from me. Last one that we're going to make here is that single glass pearl onto the chain. I have to have it at a certain point, everybody, because of my LASIK, the way it was done. I can't do it up close and I can't do it far away. I have to have it at a certain point. So we've got one end with our pearl. Oh, thank you. And then here, we're going to open up the bottom one. Yes, the gray is always on top. And you want to use 2 different beads. Don't use the same bead when you're doing that. That way you will know which way it is. So there we have our gray glass pearl on the top. Okay. You will see down on my bead mat, I have 5 different links here. These 2 match, these 2 match, and this one is its own. And that's what's going to create our little dangles down here. You use a piece of the 22-inch craft wire. or not 22 inch, 22 gauge. Holy whoa. 22 gauge, and this is about 3.5 inches. So I'm using my bail maker today, and I got a different one that gives me a 2 millimeter. I have two of these. One that's the smallest one is a 3 millimeter and one that's a 2 millimeter. Just put that piece of wire in between the two there. I'm going to do the bottom one here, which is the 2 millimeter. And so I am going to just push this wire around, reposition, and go around. And that makes a 2 millimeter loop. And do you see how I've got this down there? Okay, you can always watch it in a little bit, Miss Trisha. You have a great lunch. So we have our little, and then what we're going to do is just start at one end that you have laid out. Put one piece of your chain on. We had those 4 millimeter, yep, 4 millimeter size glass pearls. I matched it to the top bead and color so that they kind of blended in. Your next piece of chain, 4 millimeter pearl. Next piece of chain, 4 millimeter pearl. Next piece of chain, 4 millimeter pearl. And then the last one. So here you have all 5 on there. And now we need to make that 2 millimeter circle with our bail tool. And I'm doing this so that I can figure out, I want to go about right here, where to cut off at, because I have a little bit extra. Then you take your bail making tool, again, put that in there. See how it's just barely in there? I don't know if you guys can see that or not. It is in there barely. And then you just push this around, reposition, and make your circle. So if I'm getting it caught on my skin, there we go. Let me get that out. Come on out. Now, I want to show you something. I'm going to hold it in the middle. Do you see where one is up and one is down? Take one of the flat nose, and in your other hand do a flat nose on each one. Twist that up. Whoops, that one went down. I don't want it down. I want it up. There we go. He went the wrong way when I twisted. I twisted the wrong way. Yep. I can see about that when I get off my live. And it's there and there. That is how that is done. And you want to make sure, I'm going to hold this up here. You're going to want to make sure that they're both going up. Hi, Karen. Now, we still have our two 12 length chains here. I'm going to grab one. I am going to open up one side of my loops here, put the chain on. What you want to make sure is that your little pieces of chain will try to get in underneath there. You want to make sure when you go to close this up that your chains are not inside the loop. The only chain should be this one. And then close it up, just like you do a jump ring. There, we got it closed up. Our chain is on this side and our loops are all on that side. Does that make sense? Hi, Brandy. Go to our other side, move our chains down, open that up by going either away or towards you. Grab that last 12 link chain here and put that on. And then close it up. See, when I go to close this, I am going towards it. So, and then I wiggle it until it's touching. And here is our 2 pieces of chain. Now, I have a 3mm size jump ring here. Jump rings always have that little opening. Here's where my opening is at. So I'm going to take one of each of these tools on each side, one towards me and one away from me, and I've opened it up. Take one side of your chain of that chandelier earring part that you just made, your earring wire, put that on, and then put your other chain on. And then close this by going back the opposite way that you did to open it. And there is the chandelier earring. So I'm going to put that on there so you can see how they're a matching set. That is literally how we made these. I'm going to go up and make sure I've seen a lot of your comments. I know I've missed some of them. Hi, Danielle. So yeah, I'm going to bring those up. They are one of the most time-consuming earrings that I've had to make. I will be honest. But when you look at the end result, to me, they are stunning. All right, I'm glad you got it. I hope you enjoy what's inside it. Oh, cool, Dragon Cat, thank you. So I'm gonna go show you over here on YouTube. And this bead here on the bottom, it has a different look on each side. And it is the same bead, it just all depends on which side is displaying on it. So they are all, so that's one thing you need to think about too when you're doing this is, does that earring or that bead have 2 different looks depending on it? Woohoo! So yep, so what you need, once again, I'm going to go over this, is you're going to need 2 earring wires of your choosing, 2 3mm jump ring here. You're going to need 2 or 4, it's a total of 4 lengths of chain for the top part that is twice the size of your bottom part length. I went with 12 and 6. So this one has 12 and this one has 6. They look like when you're down here that these links are all different sizes, but they are not. They are all 6 links on the bottom. And you will need a total of 10 of this size link and a total of 4 of this size link. You'll need, I used 3 inches or 3.5 inches of the wire, but that all depends on how you feel comfortable when you're putting it on. I just like that little bit extra when I was putting it on to make sure I had enough. You could probably go down to 3 without a problem, but I don't know that I would go below 3 inches of the wire. I used 22 gauge wire. You'll need 2 3 to 4 inch pieces. You will need a total of 8 of the 4mm bead that we use on the bar, 4 for each earring. You will need a total of 12 of the 6mm bead, that is the top one here, and then the bottom one for the middle. So there will be 6 on each earring. You'll need a total of, like here where I've got the glass rondelle, you'll need a total of 6, 3 for each earring, and then you will need 10 beads for the bottom bead, 5 for each earring. So there is a lot of beads in there, but depending on what you get, you can use up some of your odds and ends. If you only have 6 of these beads sitting around, it will be perfect for this earring, and you can find something to match with it. So yep, that is how all the supplies that you need to make the earrings. It takes me literally about, and it'll take me about an hour to make the whole set. That's why I only did one, because I have plans right at noon, so I need to leave a few minutes early today. I normally go for an hour, but today I have plans, so I'm going to hop off here in a little bit. That's why I did one for the example and finished it up with the other one. That is not my norm. If those of you that watch me know that I usually do the full set of earrings on the live. But I think those turned out really cool. I was going to say, if anybody makes some of these, and if you can create a post in any social media that you can, please do. I want to see what you guys do to make that your own. You can change it up. It doesn't have to be identical to this. You could do where you could have, and you could have these all across here, and then break up this piece of chain and put a bead in the center of it and make them different. What I want you to know is that you can take chain and beads and a piece of wire and make earrings that are the chandelier earrings. And what I mean by that, what I was talking about, if you break it up, leave this one 6, go 3 pieces and 3 pieces, and instead of putting this rondelle up here, put it in the middle. It will be the same length doing it that way. This one, you could break this chain up into 2 little links and do 2 links the rondelle, 2 links the pearl, and then 2 links, and you get the glass bead at the bottom. So you can do different things to make it yours. Okay, thank you, user 143 Guadalupe. So I'm really hoping, and you could even do something where instead of, you could do it this way, but instead of having these 2 beads here, do something in the center that just brings your eye down a little bit. I would love to see how you guys make these your own. I just wanted to teach you the technique of what you can use to create chandelier earrings. I'm like excited to see what you guys make. I really am. So you guys let me know. For those of you that are new to me, over here on TikTok, if you go to the CJS logo, then you get to my bio. And in my bio, there's a hyperlink that says Linktree. If you go into that, there's my address information for live events. That's if you're going to claim things, you'd fill out that form. Then there's a link to my my website, and then after that is all the different social medias. So if you can post it on any social media that you post to, and just let me know what it is. If you would tag me in it. You can follow me on all my social medias if you'd like, and that way it'll make it easier for you to tag me. That would be awesome, because I love seeing what you guys do. Trust me, I really do. For you on YouTube, if you go to CarolJo's.com, down at the bottom of my website is, on the right-hand side, is all my different social media links. And that is, CarolJo's is CarolJo's.com. You can't have the apostrophe on a website. So I do not have the apostrophe on my website. All right. If anybody has any questions, let me know. I know I went through that one kind of fast today. I apologize it was so fast, and I just put a piece of wire in with my head pins. I'll have to find that. And we will be back on Monday. I do not know what Monday is going to be, if it will be a tutorial or a chat night. I need to get with Ryan so I can set my schedule for next week. The reason why I say that is that he starts with the new job that he has, starting this next week. They will actually have Fridays off. They go to a 4 10-hour workday week. And with that, with me getting off early always on Fridays, yeah, I didn't mean to save my scrap there, Joya, and I normally don't. I threw it in there instead of I did throw it away when I cut it off, and it blended in with my head pins. So now I'm like, when I go to grab a head pin, I will probably grab it. But But with his job and my Friday afternoons, you know, his schedule changing my Friday afternoons, we may be taking Fridays to have our day. So I may be changing up our schedule. I know I do jewelry lives on Fridays and I do my bead sale Friday nights. It may be that we might move some of those to Saturdays. So I threw away a bead the other day, Joya, instead of the scrap. And then I couldn't find the bead in my little container here. So, tidbit of advice. You guys will see, I have these round 31 bags. They are my garbage bags. I don't throw like food in them or, you know, that kind of stuff. It is really, truly for my scraps. And so all the little pieces of metal are in here. And I try to clear it out every day so it doesn't get full, so that if I accidentally threw away a bead, I can find it really quick. Little tidbit of why I do that, because I am notorious for, you have the bead and that scrap in your hand and you just throw it in there and you'll throw your bead away that you just put the head pin on or the eye pin, and then you can go find it really quick and you don't have all the mess on your table. But yes, I do throw away beads every once in a while. And the other day I could not find my bead in my little bag. So I was kind of bummed. So I had to grab another one. So just to let you know, we all do it. All right. Well, I am going to get going because I am going to go. I have plans for lunchtime with a friend that I made after I did my schedule. All right. Well, yeah, he's been in this one for a couple of months. Their schedule changed and he is loving his new job. Yes, you guys, I hope you enjoyed today. I know it was a quick one. I'm sorry it's quick because that's not how normally I am. But if you're new to me, please subscribe on TikTok or follow me, or subscribe to me on YouTube and follow me on TikTok. Let's get that right. Thank you, Skincare Girl. I always say bye. So you said it. Thank you. Bye, everybody.